If you're a coach, a therapist, a counselor, a hypnotist, a hypnotherapist, a healer, someone who really cares about helping their clients, do you ever get that feeling inside of you, kind of like thinking, am I really helping my clients resolve the issue once and for all at the root cause level? Or I'm doing some kind of surface level work? What if I tell you that majority of counselors, therapists, even hypnotists and hypnotherapists that seemingly work with the subconscious mind of the clients never get to the real, true depth of the subconscious mind to resolve the issue once and for all? And here's the reason. They don't know how to structure the client's journey, because the journey has to have 5 very specific components. My name is Alexander Fidelman. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. I'm a certified professional hypnosis instructor affiliated with the NGH, which is the National Guild of Hypnotists, the oldest and the most reputable hypnotherapy association in the world. The 5 components that have to be present in every single client's journey is something that I teach in my upcoming hypnosis certification course, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. But first, let me tell you what those specific aspects are. The first one is a main problem, even for hypnotists, is that they never get to the level of hypnotic trance that allows them to clear the problem once and for all. That's known as the threshold of somnambulism. It's a very specific state where the client maintains connection with the conscious awareness, yet is very deeply in the subconscious realm. What most professionals lack is a way to verify what level of connection with the subconscious mind the client has. The second component has to do with the inner child work. And a lot of professionals know how to communicate with the inner child, but the problem is that they never get to what's known as the initial sensitizing event. And I'll explain what that means in a moment. The third component is that clients have to go through a very specific release sequence. Release, that's the key word. You want to get to the old, useless, bottled up emotions accumulated in the psyche in a very specific order. First, you got to clear hurt and sadness connected to certain traumatic events. Next, fear. The third emotion is anger, and only then you can go to guilt or shame. That sequence is very important. The fourth component is forgiveness. Of course, you will tell me, I work with forgiveness. I tell my clients to forgive. I ask them to process the past events so that they can forgive certain people and release certain people from their life. But what if I tell you that the main problem is that forgiveness is done too soon, too prematurely? You cannot get to any forgiveness work unless you've released anger. First, anger at other people, and then anger at themselves. And the fifth component is the parts integration work. Most hypnotists or psychologists that do this kind of work, that's generally based on transactional analysis and the empty chair technique, they do this work way too soon. We cannot do the parts integration work to integrate the disowned aspects of the person's psyche, the so-called sub-personalities, into one coherent whole. We cannot do this work until we've completed the first 4 phases, which is creating this stable level of communication with the subconscious mind. Number 2, getting to the initial sensitizing event. Number 3, clearing all the bottled up emotions, which means clients will really abreact, yes, and feel intense emotions and cry, but we got to really do that in a very specific sequence. And then, of course, delivering the level of forgiveness they need before we can go to the parts integration work. This is what I teach in my hypnosis certification courses. And what's different about my hypnosis certification process is that it's a very deep, immersive process. When you go deeply with me into the trance of learning, going into the very depth of your subconscious mind. Because this certification training is not just learning how to do hypnosis properly, but also how to work on yourself. Because you're going to learn and master the system of self-hypnosis that helped me heal, changed my life, and changed lives of hundreds and hundreds of clients. You will learn how to master self-hypnosis, how to master your subconscious landscape, and how to teach that self-hypnosis to other people. And of course, you will learn how to hypnotize, how to create the level of depth that your clients need, how to get to the root causes of the issues, how to clear all the emotions and do all the important stuff as a certified hypnotist. The training consists of the online pre-course and the live event, which can be done either physically here at my office in Florida or on Zoom. And you can learn about it by clicking the link below. Now, If you're interested in learning a little bit more about what's known as the age regression, and specifically when I told you about the initial sensitizing event, what I actually meant by that, if you're interested, you can stay here a little longer because I actually wanted to show it to you. But if not, you can just click the link, schedule your call, and we'll take it from there. Now, so what do I mean by the initial sensitizing event? So let's say your client came to you for social anxiety, or they have fear of public speaking, or they have this important job interview, right? And they want to clear the lifelong issue where they lack confidence and they feel unworthy, or they feel they're not good enough, or they're experiencing a sense of helplessness, powerlessness, right? So as a hypnotist, I'll tell you, our secret weapon is what's known as the AR, the age regression. Now, the typical thing will be that you will establish that, let's say, here's the event recently that happened when the person felt that negative feeling, right? It doesn't matter what it is, fear of spiders or fear of public speaking or whatever that is, right? So you connect the person, you associate the person into the neurophysiology of their painful feelings, and you amplify these feelings, right? So as I count from 1 to 5, with each number that I count, allow this feeling to grow stronger and stronger. Now, it's a very, very typical hypnosis technique based on the Elman school of hypnosis, also Ericksonian as well, but Ericksonian is more covert. So, long story short, you amplify 1, the feeling is growing stronger, 2, this feeling that you get that has everything to do with why you came to see me, 3, stronger and stronger, 4, filling you up like a fountain, 5, here's this feeling as strong and powerful as it can be right now. And then you use a very specific language, right? Which is something, of course, you learn. And if you know as a hypnotist, that probably will sound familiar to you. As I count from 5 down to 1, with each number that I count, you will become younger and younger. When you get to 1, you will go to an earlier time you felt this way, and you go 5, becoming younger. 4, 3, 2, 1, be there, boom. Now the client, let's say, is 55, right? So the client now goes to the event when they were 32 and they had this experience when they had the fear of public speaking, or they were in front of a group of people, their heart beats very, very fast. The person is associated into the neurophysiology of their emotions, which actually allows you to do what's known as neuroplasticity. You can release the feelings from the part of their body, their system, their neurology, where the feelings were stored. And of course, that would allow you to create the change. But if you just do the work here, you know, every hypnotist knows that will not create permanent shifts because that's not where it started. So then you're going to do the same thing as the person feels the feeling. Let me take them back to an earlier time, and then you take them back to 17, and then you take them back to, let's say, 6. And most hypnotists, they will stay right here assuming that, oh, that's already young enough. That's already something that I can work with. And they will start doing some kind of work. These are called subsequent sensitizing events. And the work we want to do is what's known as the informed child technique, right? So we want to change the perceptions of the younger self. Now, but the problem is this the first time? And how do you know if it's the first time or not? We want to have a system that works every time, where you know beyond any reasonable doubt whether this is the initial sensitizing event or not. And I will teach you how to do that. This is a very powerful system that will allow you to take the person back. And if that happened at the age of 4, when they were in the kindergarten, speaking in front of someone, or someone just called them stupid, and that got deeply ingrained in their psyche, you will know if that's the first time or not. And once we get to this initial sensitizing event, and we know, let's say it happened at the age of 4, and we can verify it, that's when we can bring the grown-up self, which is a very specific part of the neurophysiology of the client, known as the adult as a grown-up. We can bring that aspect of the psyche back to the time before this initial sensitizing event ever happened, in a way that's totally verifiable. And once we confirm that that's the event, and we go to the time before it ever happened, and mind you, the client does not have to remember anything consciously, because you learn how to actually connect to the subconscious mind so that all those memories will become more conscious. They will be retrieved. Only then you can do this, what's known as the informed child work, and prepare this younger self to process these events before they ever happen, delivering all the wisdom that the grown-up self has, which allows you to repattern or to rewire the pathways in the subconscious mind, in the neurology of the client, so that once you do all this change work and you take them to this event and you take them to this event and this event and this event and all the way into the present moment, they will no longer experience those emotions. And it's verifiable and it's physical. Oh, I'm scared of spiders. I no longer am scared of spiders because, well, guess what? I was scared of spiders here, and now I have an important event when I have to go into the future and, maybe have a party, and we're going to be in the forest, and I will not be able to go. And then you do this work and you go to all kinds of spider situation, and maybe the age of 6, yes, the little kid experienced the spider and you did all the work with the spider and you cleared it. Well, you're gonna get some success, but you never got to the root cause where 5, 4, 3, 1, your arms, your legs are becoming smaller and you're shrinking, your body's shrinking, and you go younger and smaller, smaller and younger, and boom, be there now, boom, first impression, indoors, outdoors, and the child tells you indoors, and then you recognize his mother is shouting, spider, spider, we're all gonna die. And the child had no idea, but they got traumatized by the mother's fear. So now that would be the initial sensitizing event, and you're gonna do all the work before it ever happened. This style of work is something that not every hypnosis school teaches you how to do. And you're gonna get to the level of depth beyond anything that traditional therapy or even neuro-linguistic programming, which I'm also a certified master practitioner of and a trainer of something known as HNLP, which I love as well. But those methodologies never get to that kind of depth. And only with transformational hypnosis you can do this kind of work, which will ensure that that problem gets repatterned, released, rewired on the level of neurophysiology of the younger self, and the shift stays there forever. So, if you are interested in learning this powerful system of hypnosis that takes you through all of those aspects of the hypnotherapy journey with your clients, where you can clear the past, all kinds of past trauma, drama, all kinds of subconscious limiting early life decisions, subconscious limiting early life beliefs, and do this work with every client regardless of the complexity of the issue, regardless of how resistant they are, then click the link below this video, schedule the call, and you'll be able to sign up for the pre-training, which is before the live immersive event, and you'll be able to learn about this and also schedule a call with me to make sure that this is a good fit. Talk to you soon.